to stop the insanity of public sector pensions.
It's a little off the end of the tube. Oh, there's no. All right.
You really think I'm going to ask a Marine to move over?
Which one? Come this way. Come on, buddy.
That's fine. You're good.
Well, you're right. There's a vicious circle in state politics and Illinois politics in particular, where you have public sector unions who rake in huge amounts of money in fees, in dues, and then they have their own PACs, which are very, very well funded, and they turn around and they fund candidates for office, for legislative office, and those candidates pass laws which give them very lucrative pensions. Everybody does well except the taxpayer. It's a nice system, isn't it? We're the only ones, that the people of the state of Illinois are the only ones who get the short end of the stick. What we need to do is reform pensions. And a lot of times you'll hear the litany, well, the problem is that the Illinois Constitution doesn't allow reforming pensions. Well, actually it does. The Illinois Constitution, Article 13 of the Constitution says that state employee pensions are a contractual obligation which can neither be impaired nor which can neither be diminished nor impaired. But the Illinois Supreme Court has ruled what that means. That only applies to pensions that are already earned. That means future employees who can reform their pension plans, and even for current employees who have not yet earned their pensions, the unearned pensions can be reformed. Why is this important? I'll give you an example. Your average state bureaucrat, when he retires, most of us have 401k type pensions, contribution-based plans. We get out what we put in. In the state of Illinois, if you're a state bureaucrat, you get a defined benefits plan, not a defined contribution plan, which means 80% of the average of your last 4 years' salary is your pension. 80% for the rest of your life. Plus, of course, the cost of living adjustments every year. So there's a school. I know the guy. He's a very nice guy, very good at what he does. He was a school superintendent up here in Lake County. He's recently retired about a year ago. His salary when he retired was backloaded, so it was $250,000 a year. He's 63 years old. He's collecting a pension of $180,000 a year for the rest of his life. Plus the cost of living adjustments. That's our tax money that he's getting. At 63, he's not ready. I mean, he's still got a lot left in him. So he took a job as a consultant for another school district. So now he's got his $180,000 a year pension plus his other salary as a consultant. This is the dichotomy we have in Illinois. This is the ruling class versus the people. We need to pass laws to reform these pension plans, to make it closer to what we have. We have IRA type pension plans. They're public servants. They shouldn't have it better than we do.
Thank you very much. And just a reminder that for each of the candidates, we've got a 2-minute, try to keep the answers to 2 minutes. Not saying you didn't.
Where's that yellow card?
Could I give you a piece of technical information too? Because people call our office to find out what's up for the ballot. The same people he's talking about are actually fielding candidates for every single office in 2011. They're very organized. So you really need to encourage people who want to balance service with fiscal responsibility for office next year, because that's why your real estate tax bill keeps going up. It's all those local units that will be on the ballot.
Hi, these are questions for Judge Ortiz. Would you remind us, please, who your opponent is? And also explain how your opponent expects to get their $150,000 back.
Well, I don't like mentioning my opponent's name as a general
wealthy can run for judge. That's his logic. So I can't answer that question. I don't know what he really thinks.
Was that spoken like a judge? This may be a little meatier for you, Judge. Could you please speak to the legality of the seizure of personal property by the state that some believe is a violation of the Fourth Amendment?
Well, there's some laws which allow for the seizure of vehicles or other property if there's an allegedly illegal act committed. But frankly, as a judge, and I'll say this quite frankly, one of the frustrating things for judges who are candidates is that you're very limited insofar as what you can say. And this is because there are some issues which you may be called upon to rule on. And so the Code of Judicial Conduct prohibits us from discussing potential cases, any pending or impending cases, or any issue which you may potentially be called to rule upon. So, sometimes some folks think that we're trying to dodge the question, but we have to abide by the law, by the Code of Judicial Conduct and the rules of the Supreme Court.
Thank you.
Okay, we have a question for Willard. How can Lake County afford new computers and remodeling?
Are we talking about computers all over the building? Do we know? I don't get to do anybody's budget but the county clerk's budget. I do know that the remodeling, we got a memo on it today, was paid for courtesy of you with your stimulus dollars. And it was for energy efficiency, and they're restacking the floors and moving the recorder to floor 6 and giving the state's attorney 2 more floors. So it wasn't a local amount of money. It was federal money. If they hadn't taken it, it would have just gone to another worthy cause.
I thought stimulus money was for a great job.
And I will tell you the number of things in our office that have increased the budget have all been mandates from the state of Illinois or the feds, and that includes, which is very important, ADA voting is very important, that nobody be disenfranchised. But early voting was an unfunded mandate that's very costly because people like it, but it's a lot of salaries that we pay for the period of time. And we also have grace period registration, and now we have anybody can vote by mail, which it costs money. So they're all unfunded state mandates.
Thank you. Would you all please give a special round of applause to Judge Ortiz, who needs to leave now?
Questions, please feel free to email me. I'll do my best to answer them. And thank you again. Thank you for being here. And I need your help November 2nd. Thank you.
Okay, this one's for Robert. And this concerns the Second Amendment. How do you feel about concealed carry in Illinois?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm for it.
I think that's called knowing one's audience.
I realized when you join the Marine Corps, you got to carry a heater, right? And I think that it's an important thing to send a message to potential felons that if you're going to accost somebody in the street, you better watch out. He could put you down, or she. And so if you are not a felon, or if you have no bad intentions, you don't have anything to worry about. That's a fact. So.
Right.